Do you ever find that the graininess that the pencil leaves behind on the paper is absolutely destroying the overall look on your drawing? Well, never fear, because modern day technology has brought together the blending stump. And these can be used to help you absolutely nail your next drawing. Let's get to it. So for a blending stump to truly work, we need some pencil down on the paper beforehand. So I'm going to go in with this 2B pencil and just kind of block out where all the shades are and the highlights need to go. So basically making the skeleton of the shading structure of this pencil sharpener. We are then left with a drawing which is in dire need of one of these little guys. So I know what some of you are thinking. Why would I use a blending stump when I could just smudge the graphite with my finger? Well, the thing is, when you smudge it with your finger, not only is it really inaccurate, but you're left with a really dirty finger and charcoal gets everywhere, it smudges, and it's just not good. So don't use your finger to smudge the charcoal graphite, use a blending stump. So alongside a darker pencil, so in this case a 4B pencil, I begin at the handle, so this is obviously the more detailed area, so I'm going to go in with a smaller blending stump, just so I don't go out the lines in the simple terms. And this will basically smear the graphite into a quite nice watercolory almost look on the piece of paper, so it removes that graininess that is left behind when you use a pencil. Now, just like a pencil, the blending stump can be used in a lot of different ways. It can be used in like a circular motion, just like a pencil, and it can also be used in a very linear kind of way. So it's all based on what you're drawing and personal preference of which one you prefer, basically. After putting your blending stump through some work, you'll start to notice that quite a bit of graphite builds up upon it. So to kind of remove this, you can either use a knife or a piece of sandpaper. I find that the knife kind of doesn't do it as accurately, and it's a bit more dangerous because you're going to be sharpening it towards your fingers. However, the sandpaper is a bit more controlled, and I find it always does a bit more of a better job at removing this graphite. I should also have said that before getting rid of the graphite on your blending stump, you can also use it as a pencil. So this is going to apply quite nice light, smooth tones to the piece of paper so that you can basically do without having to put the graphite down beforehand with a pencil. So the darker pencil is actually really quite important because when you blend with the blending stump on the top of this graphite, it kind of lightens the areas that you've just blended. So it's really important to go back over this with the darker pencil to really establish that darker area to heighten that all-important contrast. So the answer to should I use a blending stump is yes. Yes, you should, because they're pretty damn cool.